Hey guys, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. In today's video, I want to have a chat about Mikey because obviously we've got him now. I boosted mine up. He's level 60. Now this is on my account that's on day 7 of login. We're about 5 days and 23 hours played on this one at the moment. And I want to go through some of the ins and outs of how he actually works because he has some things in his kit that function in a way that make it better than I initially thought he was going to be. So I want to go through that, go through where he's at, and also go through an account update for this account, which once again is on day 7 of login, but we are only, if we go over into the faction war crypts, you can see we've got 1 day and 1 hour. This is open for 7 days from the start, so we're about 6 days played. So we're going to go through that as well. But first of all, Mikey, let's have a chat about this guy. Now, as a farming unit, because if you guys have been playing along with the new download link and using the code Tagoar, the code DESERTQUEEN for Tagoar, we get ourselves the Vergis, the Tagoar, we get the Anax, and I've actually got the Deacon Armstrong in the mail at the moment as well. So that is what the download link gives us. And then I went with the Tagoar. Our first 7 days of play were or 6 days, whatever it was, were absolute hell because we were farming like 2 to 2.5 minute runs in campaign farming with Tagoar, but the payoff comes now when we get Michelangelo. Now, Michelangelo isn't going to be as beefy of a damage dealer as something like a Tholen Velbid. You know, that Tholen's got that big single target hit with the ignore defense, and then he's got his self extra attack buff. Not his self attack buff on his skill 3, but he's got his extra one tied into his skill 2. So he does have that. So Mikey is going to have that level of damage, but as a farming unit for a new account, he is still perfectly fine. If we jump over here and take him for a run over in 12-3, I'll show you guys my build again in a sec, but you're looking at about actually I'm trying to save energy for other stuff, so I'll just do a single run. He's about a 30-second farmer on average. So if you look at this one, boom, we clap that first wave, and then in my presets I turn off the skill 2. Sorry, I turn off the skill 3 in this wave, and if he was faster, you'd obviously lap the enemies quicker and less enemy attacks would come in, but you know, it doesn't really matter. We get through these pretty decently, and then we go ahead and this wave we just go boom, miss a couple, and so that's where, you know, a little bit more damage. You're looking at a 15 to 20 second farming unit, which once again, we're 6 days played, so we don't have the craziest gear. So let's go ahead and take a look. And once again, he does not need to be a farmer. He doesn't need the lifesteal sets. Those are just the best sets that I've got. Got a bit of perception on him, plus 70 speed. You know, he's just off crit capped, and he's got 103 accuracy. So that's kind of where he's at, and that works perfectly well for him for that. And he's working really well in every other area of the game for me at the moment as well. But the one thing I want to talk about is the way his skills work. So from what I've seen with his skill 1, I'm pretty sure that if the first hit crits, it says if either hit was critical, places the attack buff. I believe if the first hit's critical, the second hit gets the benefit of the attack buff. But I got to double check on a bit more testing for that one. But I'm pretty sure that is the way it appears. The next one is, actually what I really want to talk about is this shield. So this shield, when I first saw this, places a shield buff equal to 300% of this champion's attack on this champion for 1 turn when they receive a hit. And it's on a 1 turn cooldown. Now, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be too good for Demon Lord Clan Boss. Because, you know, he gets hit, he gets the shield, and then by the time the Clan Boss moves again, he's already taken his attack and lost the shield. So I thought it was going to be kind of pointless. But the thing that I didn't realize on how this works is if it is a multi-hit ability, the shield gets applied on the first hit. So the Clan Boss's 2 AoEs are both double hits. Or at least the one when he's below 50% and he gets an element, how he does the second hit that does the, you know, normally a debuff. Those 2 AoEs are both double hits. So Mikey actually gets the shield on the first hit and the second hit goes into the shield. So it actually does offer him some nice survivability in things like Clan Boss as well. Now, the other thing I noticed through testing is that this evade, if it is a multi-hit attack, if it evades the first hit, it just evades all of them and then the animation happens at the end. So it looks like it's not calculated, the evade isn't calculated on each hit of a multi-hit. It's just calculated once and you either dodge them all or you get hit by them all. And that seems to be the way it is functioning at the moment. Now, another unique thing about the way he functions here with his skill 2, with the spread, is that because the decreased defense goes on before the attack, even if he kills the enemy, the decreased defense and any other debuffs on them will be spread. It's a little bit different to what Tagoar does with her skill 2, because Tagoar, if the enemy has no debuffs and you attack them with this and kill them, she doesn't get a chance to apply the attack break and block buffs, and so it doesn't spread. It'll spread anything that's on them existing, but her application of her debuffs happens after the hit, so if you kill, you don't get them, whereas Mikey's defense break, because it happens before the hit, even if you kill an enemy, it will still spread the defense decrease, and both of them will both characters will spread debuffs that were on them before it. So those are all the niche things that I found so far in the way that it works. Now, the one other thing that I do want to mention with Michelangelo, if you compare him to someone like Vergis, where Vergis has a shield, but just remember Vergis' shield is his passive effect. So he will proc this all the time. Even if he's stunned, he will proc this. Mikey, because this is a cooldown of 1 turn, if he like procs his shield and then gets stunned, once he takes his turn to come out of the stun, it doesn't reduce his cooldown, so he won't get the shield again. So control is really annoying for him and can shut off his shield for an extra turn. So just keep that in mind. So that's all the stuff that I wanted to talk about Mikey so far. This is my mastery build here. If I move my head, I think this is pretty similar to what was on Hell Hades, except they take the drinker, whereas I go for this one because I'm also using him as a farmer. And then you could take this one, or some people I have seen go for this one to extend the duration of the buffs. It could be nice for the taunt duration. Even that shield duration extended as well could be kind of nice. And then obviously his attack buff, but his attack buff won't matter because you're always going to be reapplying it anyway, unless there's some niche situation. So yeah, I think you're pretty free to choose between those ones. And for early game, 100%, you're just going War Master all the way. So that is the Mikey build. Like I said, I've been thoroughly impressed with him so far on this account. He's not going to have the beefy damage that something like a Tholen Failbeat has, but once again, he does have really solid damage, and he just puts in work. He brings all the debuffs. The one downside to Mikey is this being a 4-turn cooldown max booked. If this was a 3-turn cooldown and max book, he would have been absolutely just insane. Like, I mean, he's still insane, but if that was 3, it would have been so damn perfect. But hey, it is what it is. So that is the Mikey details that I wanted to go through. I've been using him absolutely everywhere. If we go over here into Arena, let's go ahead and refresh this. Boom. Ooh, free win. Nice. So I've been using him everywhere. Let's just go ahead and take this free win while we're here. But yeah, absolutely loving the dude. I'll give you guys an update on the account because we're actually going pretty decently. Surely he gets the kill here. Surely we get the kill. He probably should have used this skill 2 first. Would have just clapped. The stun is actually really nice, and the ignoring 25% of the enemy's defense. This is something a lot of people probably wouldn't care too much about, but when you're trying to do this type of arena push where you're trying to climb into gold in like your first week of play, a lot of single enemies, if they're like 40, 50k power, they often have really, really high resistance. So being able to ignore 25% of that resistance, he's still not going to land his stuff every time, but you know, you've got more of a chance than previously where they've like they're over resistance cap and you got a 3% innate chance. At least you're like getting through 25% of it, which actually makes a difference. So I have been enjoying that over in the arena as well. But let's give you guys a quick update on the account. Like I said, Mikey working an absolute treat for me, and I think he is perfectly fine as your carry unit if you've done the Tahanaruk code. And once again, I just bought his masteries as soon as I got him. That's just what I went for. So the account so far, once again, we are 6 days played. We're on day 7 of login. We've got another day worth of all the dungeons being open. So I want to give you guys a quick look at where we are on the Arbiter missions. You can see here we're 33 through the second phase, and I need to send a champion to level 6 of Ascension. Now this is a prick of a mission for me because my first 2 6-stars are both legendaries. So normally I try and do an epic in here, and that makes it easier to do the 6-star Ascension. But because I haven't done an epic, I kind of got to do my Tahanaruk. Now, I need 5 more of the greater ones. The one thing is, if you're trying to rush Arbiter missions, you don't want to fuse any up. Because if you fuse them up, there's a mission later on that you have to fuse 10 superiors. So you need 100 of these bad boys later on. So what I'm doing now is, I know I'm going to need a ton of these later on. And I can even, like, later on for that mission, upgrade the lesser ones as well. So I'm just going to farm myself 5 more of the superior void potions. Actually, I only need to farm 4 more because we have the event going on as well, the gear enhancement event, which I'm almost up to, which gives me 1 more. So I just need to farm 4 more of those bad boys. At the moment, my safe runs, what are we doing? Yeah, we're doing stage 17. I tried 18 and wiped, unfortunately. So I'm just going to farm 17 and I should get them in a pretty decent timely manner. Hopefully I don't burn too much stamina. Hopefully like 1 to 200 max. And then we should be pretty good. And then we can go ahead and do that one, because after that, we got to get the classic medals. So this is where I really need to push for the next day. Do my 15-minute timer, get as many wins as I can here after I get this final ascension and push through that. Then this one's easy. I just got to upgrade some gear. This one's easy. The 2 masteries, that's easy as well. And then that way I can get into the arcane potions and then go through, and I might miss out on getting this rank 6 champion in the next day. Yeah, that's probably going to be my gridlock there. So I probably don't need to rush it too hard, because yeah, that's gonna be a prick for me. I thought I was gonna get up to the magic potions, but I think I'm gonna have to farm here. So gonna have to farm up that fodder, because we did use just about everything on Mikey. However, this might be where I actually save some of my energy and wait for the... Where is it? Champ training tournament in a day's time. So I might wait for this one because my head's covering it, but it starts in 21 hours and 40 minutes. So I might just save my energy from now on, because now I've seen that brick wall, and then just pump everything into the champ training. Now, you could have waited on upgrading the Mikey, but it also helped out with the CVC, because you can see it's a pretty tight CVC. And if we go here, I'm sitting second, so I'm on 85,000 points. So I definitely needed to do some upgrades to get this. And this is just a pug guild that I joined randomly. So I just saw we were close. I'm like, okay, we need to get some points here. So we'll see how that goes over there. The other thing is, it was perfect timing here in the faction wars that we had the banner lords open, so I pushed those ones up. I've still got to do the sacred order and the high elves for the day as well. That'll also help with some CVC stuff on top. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, the clan boss. All right, let's go ahead and claim these 2. Yoink. See if we get anything good. Rip. Let's see. Come on, give me a summon, you scumbag. Give me a summon. Nothing. What does this one have? Dude, if I got some epic books, that would be so damn huge, because I'm actually sitting on a good stockpile. We're on 11 epic books. Once again, I'm still just waiting. I haven't felt the need to book anyone yet, so I'm just kind of waiting and feeling out where it feels like I need to get those books. But that's pretty much everything. Doom Tower, we actually unlocked Doom Tower like an hour before the daily reset. So I punched in, ran through the Doom Tower. So now I've got to go and do this one. I'm just waiting to be at 0 energy before I do this one and run through. But that's really nice as well. Unlocking the Doom Tower is huge for getting that 1 extra day of early progression, because it's giving you the extra energy. We're going to get that extra chicken, and I just love getting everything out 1 day early. Now, eventually we will hit a roadblock, but this one's not too bad. I think this is the rotation with the 5-star chicken up here. Yeah, if we can get that, that'd be really nice on our progression, but we'll have to see where we go, how we go without like the massive nuker. I think we'll be okay. We'll figure it out anyway. But that is the update for the account. I don't think there's anything else I can go through. Once again, still buying every champion and every shard in here, because you're not getting through an Arbiter push without buying every one of these bad boys. So I'm permanently silver broke, but you know, we're getting there anyway. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm just having so much fun, dude. Like today I've been like locked in all day on the game and having such a blast. Dude, Mikey's so cool. I really hope I'll be able to get myself Leonardo. What are we sitting on? We're on 3 sacreds. We're on 6 voids and 27 ancients. I'm stockpiling, boys. I'm stockpiling. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.